Everybody, week 39 on the Real DVD Watchers. DVD Weasel back again. It's Tuesday, or at least it is now as I'm filming it. It depends how many more times I'll have to film it, because I've tried to film it before and it failed completely. So it's, as I said, it's week 39, and I just want to say, because I haven't made a video this week, I just want to say rest in peace John Hughes. Although I said that this review is not John Hughes themed, I just wanted to put it out there because he's such an influential director, and he's directed one of my favourite films of all time, The Breakfast Club, which I think is his best film and the best film of the 80s in my opinion. Well, the best 80s teen movie, the best, you know what I mean. But yeah, this week I am reviewing two very, very different films by two very, very different directors. One is Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds. I watched this last night. It's from the big Hitchcock box set, that's why it's a slim case, which I recommend everybody getting because it is an excellent set and an excellent collection of films, even though I've only watched 4, including this one. So I'm pretty bad at watching films that I know I should watch. I keep ordering more and then I just watch ones that I've got ages ago when I want to, and then sometimes I'll watch a film that I've just got. It's weird. I don't really watch films as I get them. But yeah, I watched this last night finally. I've been told to watch it quite a few times. It stars Rod. I'm going to read this off the front because it's where it's turned around. It stars Rod Taylor, Jessica Tandy, Suzanne Pleshette, Tippi Hedren, and a lot of birds. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot, because I was really surprised at the sheer amount of birds there were at some parts of the film, especially the end, because the ending of the film was excellent. The entire film, I hate flies. The entire film was filled to the brim with amazing Hitchcock direction, obviously, and set pieces and camera movements and camera trickery, and I don't know where I'm going with this. Hitchcock's black humour was very highly present in this film, and a lot of Hitchcockian suspense. I think Hitchcockian is the right word, and I really like Hitchcock. So yeah, I don't know why I've only watched 4 of his films. I'm gonna try and finish the box set before I go back to school in September. But yeah, it's basically about this person called Melanie Daniels, played by Tippi Hedren. She goes to this place called Bodega Bay to deliver some birds to a lawyer that she meets in a bird shop that she doesn't work in, but he tricks her into saying it. I couldn't really get why she went along with it, but yeah, she goes to Bodega Bay, and you always left throughout the film and left after the film thinking she was the one that caused all the bird attacks. It could be possible. It's not explained why the bird attacks happened, which I really liked about the film. It lets you make up your own mind. I love a sense of ambiguity about a film, and this certainly has it. And it's basically, a lot of people know about it, but I'm going to explain the plot anyway. It's basically about a series of murders, not murders. What? There's a couple of deaths, but a series of attacks from birds, and they only apparently start when Tippi Hedren's character comes into the town, and it's attacks on school children and on just on town and on residents of the town, and this family and Tippi's character in general. I should be calling her by her character name, but okay. There are so many very charming special effects in this. I actually didn't think it was dated. A lot of people say the special effects were dated, and I can tell why. And while I do see that they were dated, I actually didn't think that it took away from the film at all, because I've heard people say, which really annoys me, that films like below, they'll give a certain year and be like, oh, films below 1980 are terrible because they look terrible, they can never be cleaned up, and I hate people who just dismiss a film because either it's black and white, or it's subtitled, or it's older than what they're used to. It's just bollocks, really. But yeah, that's another video. So yeah, this is a very awesome film. The ending was very good as well. I really like the ending. It had me on edge throughout the entire film, especially the ending, and that's why I give this an 8 out of 10. Not the best Hitchcock film I've seen. The best is Psycho. That's my favourite anyway. The next is Rope, then Rear Window, then this. This is last, but certainly not least. I don't know if that applies in this case. But yeah, next is one that I watched today. It came today, so I was like, oh, I'm just going to stick it in and watch it, because I didn't know what to expect, and I did expect some sense of disturbance. I did expect to be disturbed when I watched this film, but not this disturbed. It is Matador, directed by Pedro Almodovar, and Almodovar I hadn't seen too much of before I saw this. I saw Volver a long time ago, can't remember much of it. I'm going to definitely rewatch it after I've seen this. I'm going to definitely pick up the rest of his films, or at least most of them. The famous, the ones that everyone talks about and the ones that they say is the best. I might actually get the 3 box sets and sell Matador. I haven't made up my mind yet. But this is a film basically about these 4 characters, well, 4 central characters. There's a lot of other characters, but I thought these 4 characters were the central characters of the story. Diego is a crippled matador who kills prostitutes to satisfy his own sexually morbid desire. Morbid sexual desire. I am reading this off the back, so it's kind of cheating, but still. He also has a very he also teaches how to be a matador and bullfighting and stuff to this class, and he teaches theory now because he can't do the proper bullfighting, and he has one student played by a very young looking Antonio Banderas, and that student is sexually repressed, as it says on the back, and he confesses to the murders of the prostitutes, just to get, I think it's never explained really, but I think it was just to get attention, because nobody really gives him a second look. And when he's taken to trial about it, which the police don't believe, when he's taken to trial about it, he has a lawyer who we find out in the beginning of the film. That she also kills people mid-coitus, in a very disturbing way, which surprised me. And it opens up. The opening of the film basically sets the tone, and I knew how it would play in my head when I saw the opening. I'll basically explain the opening. The opening of the film is a man sat in a chair with his legs up, and he's got a TV screen between his feet, and he is watching some gory footage of deaths. They looked very real, actually. Some very gory footage of deaths, and he is masturbating to the gory footage, and that is Diego, the matador who kills prostitutes. So yeah, this is a very dark film. It's a very, very good film. It's a very sinister film, and it's a very funny film, which really surprised me. Not your typical humour, it's very, very dark humour. And Almodovar does it very well, and it says on the back it's classed as a dark comedy, which I can't really see it being classed as that, but it did have some very, very dark, funny moments in. But yeah, it's a very twisted plot line. It's a very elegant and very well told plot line, and it's handled incredibly well. I'm going to try and wrap this review up because I've just gone over 10 minutes, so check out Matador. I give it a 7.5 out of 10. So yeah, I will be back next week, and I'm hopefully going to review the the Sergio Leone spaghetti western trilogy, the Dollars trilogy, sorry. So yeah, have a good week, and I will see you in a week.